Well, Jim, you know what time it is. That's the wrong chord.
You need to start learning how to play the theme for the wide world of sports, where the skier, the agony of defeat, and the skier comes off the jump and crash lands and slides down the hill, because that's what we're looking at here.
Well, I guess you kind of just threw it out there before I had a chance to introduce it. We're talking about AEW Dynamite here this week.
Well, nobody would have known, would they?
For Wednesday, May 1st, 2024. They're back in Canada. They're in Winnipeg. Seems like they're in Canada every other time they're in Canada. And it was another episode where, as I'm watching it, I'm saying, surely the audience feels the way I do right now about this. It's getting worse and worse and quieter and quieter. They pop still. And there's things they react to. But when they're quiet, it's like someone pressed the off switch on the fans. And they just sit in their seats and don't move. There are times when people come out and they show the crowd and you hear some noise, but when you actually try to see anyone moving, like, or showing signs of life, there isn't any.
They've hit that active noise cancellation.
Tweeted it out. It's like, you ever see that Billy Joel concert in Russia in like 89?
Yeah, they didn't know yet exactly how to react.
Are we allowed to get up and move? Can we snap our fingers? Can we do anything? Well, AEW Dynamite in Winnipeg, Jim.
Well, and we're going to analyze the crowd, what they pop for and why they're potentially popping for it, et cetera, et cetera. But, I mean, we could talk about and pontificate, is this a parody that they're doing on purpose? Are they doubling down on the audience that the Buckaroos and their ilk have anyway, which is people that only want to see silly wrestling, like the indie crowds in Reseda or wherever the fuck? Or is this really what they think would compete with, or even be at the level of a regular national television show, much less compete with the competition that's doing the best they've done in years and years? Do they really think that this kind of hokey cable access bullshit with subpar talent and nonsensical fucking happenings can carry it, just because a lot of people take bumps and they have moves and things? I don't know which at this point, because Jericho obviously was all the way into parody. Unless he's, I don't know, completely lost his mind or has his head so far up his own ass that he can fucking smell what he had for lunch yesterday, that he would think that this was a wrestling match or in any way good or entertaining to any kind of average fan. It has to be the ones that get a tickle out of it. And the fact that the goddamn top heel faction, now there's one guy out of four of them that's bigger than the fucking announce team. Even the women. And that it's... They've buried their world champion a week and a half after he's won the title.
That started before he won the title. We started calling it out that it started getting colder and colder. The thing with the fans getting behind Swerve and Swerve chasing Joe, I guess is what I should call it.
Yeah.
Colder and colder. He won the title. It was a really nice moment. 2 matches after Danielson Ospreay. And what have they done since? Is Swerve the main champion in AEW?
This was an official burial, whether intentional or not, as I will explain when we get there. But this, again, I don't know what the fuck they're thinking, and Tony has lost his mind. Either they're, and we know who they are, the EVPs, except for one of my new favorites, old Kenny. The EVPs have got to be blowing his fucking smoke up his ass and you know, giving him false hope in this thing. But you know, Tony's also believes he's having a ball and doesn't realize that, as we mentioned the other day, the NFL announcers were laughing at him and talking about him kind of like, oh, there's the owner's special kid.